everyone, welcome back to Speak English with Men's. It's time for lesson 15 and we are going to continue to talk about hobby. Let's have a listen to real talk conversation.
I have a confession to make.
What's that?
I am mad for anything with two wheels.
Oh, bicycles?
Well, yeah, bicycles, motorbikes,
Scooters?
anything with two wheels. I absolutely love it.
Oh.
But obviously, it's not my job, so whenever I have any free time or any downtime, if you can call it downtime, I just have to get out there and just, ride down mountains or up mountains. Anything with two wheels, I just love it.
So you like exercising?
Well, I hate exercise, but I think just because it sort of releases all my stress and all the things in your life which you don't really want to think about.
And it's like a good, scenery, while you're biking, you can see like nature.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess so. I never really thought about it.
Yeah, and the wind blowing in your hair.
Yeah, but I love it. I mean, for me, it's some sort of interest which I'm really into.
That's a good hobby.
Yeah. Are you into anything in particular?
I really love dancing.
Okay.
So I'm always dancing 5 times a week. Yeah, so
you're pretty active too?
I'm very active.
Yeah.
I don't like exercising, but I love dancing.
So you're definitely not a couch potato?
Oh, no, not at all. I'm very, go-getter, have fun.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So does it run in your family then? Everyone's sort of active?
No.
No?
Just me.
It's like me, actually. My brother he doesn't do anything. He just sits at home. He loves just being a couch potato.
Yeah. It's good to be active, though,
Absolutely.
Keep your energy up.
I agree. And I think Korea is great for that because, I go up mountains and stuff and it's just, it's a wonderful thing, which I can't do in my home country. So,
oh.
Yeah. Anyway.
Anyway.
Here and everyone back with today's actual expressions. Are you ready for them? Okay, let's go for it then. The first word we have for you is confession. Confess. I have a confession to make is what Eugene said in the very beginning of today's real talk conversation. So, let's take a look at the synonym for confession. It is explanation. Now, the reason I wrote down explanation as a synonym for confession is because it's actually what it meant in today's real talk conversation. I did mention to you that confession actually means to admit to something that you did wrong. So you can admit to doing something that you were ashamed of, doing something that you've done wrong or even illegal. You can say, I need to confess about something, or I need to make a confession. In today's real talk, Eugene was explaining something that it might have been a little embarrassed to admit. The next word is downtime. It means chill time or even time of rest. It's very similar to free time. It's the time that you have a very relaxing free time. The next word is particular. Particular simply means specific, distinct, or special. And go-getter. Go-getter is an aggressive or energetic person, a very, very energetic person. And often, we even call people that if they set their mind to doing something. Let's say, they have a very difficult task to do, a very difficult job to do, but they make it happen no matter what. They work very, very hard to accomplish their goal. And nothing will stop them. That kind of person is also called a go-getter. They will do whatever it takes to make it happen. So that would be a go-getter. Are you a go-getter? Okay, here we go. Moving on to the first pattern for today. Mad for, or mad about something means to be crazy about, to really like something, to love something. You can be crazy, or mad for something, or even somebody as well. Here are some sample sentences. When I was young, I was mad about sports, meaning when I was young, I wasn't crazy about sports, I love sports. I think mad about is used more commonly than mad for, but they mean crazy about something, to love something. What about this one? I said, it can be used to talk about a person as well. So you can say, this is really embarrassing, but I'm mad about you, meaning I'm crazy about you. We often hear in a lot of songs. I'm crazy for you. I'm crazy about you. I'm mad about you. I love you. So try using mad about, or mad for something or someone. This is embarrassing, especially when you want to admit you were in love with someone. Say this is embarrassing, but I love you, I'm crazy about you. Moving on to run in the family. If something runs in the family, it is commonly found among family members. So here, let's take a look. My sister and I have poor vision, bad eyesight. And then you can say, it runs in the family, which means that every member of the family, or most of the family members have poor vision, or bad eyesight. It runs in the family. Almost every member of the family shares this. What about this one? My grandparents lived well into their 90s. And you can say, I think it runs in the family. Once again, it means that it appears in the family members. So you're saying, my grandparents lived into their 90s, they lived until 100 years old, and I think it runs in the family, meaning perhaps your parents are very healthy at an old age. And if it runs in the family, you will perhaps live until you're 90, or even over 100 years of age. Okay, that about does it for today's actual expressions. Practice them more on your own.
I actually have quite a few hobbies. My first hobby is baking. Usually around holidays like Christmas or Valentine's Day, I like to make cookies and cakes for my family and friends. My second hobby is drawing. My father is an amazing artist, and when I was really young, I would watch him sketch. So he taught me how to draw when I was about 4 years old. And my final hobby is dancing. My mother put me in dance classes when I was a child, so around 5 years old. And ever since then, I've learned to tap dance and ballet dancing and hip-hop dancing. So I've always been really interested in dance. And those are my hobbies that I've been doing ever since I was little.
And here we are with our final segment of today's lesson, actual story. So today's topic is hobbies, and Alexis have told us about her hobbies. Let's find out what she has mentioned. She said first of all, I actually have quite a few hobbies, meaning that she has more than one hobby. I have several hobbies. I have quite a few hobbies. My first hobby. Here we go. If you have more than one, begin explaining in this format, or with this format. My first hobby is, my second hobby is, and my last or final hobby is. Her first hobby is baking. So she likes to bake, around holidays like Christmas or Valentine's Day. I like to make cookies and cakes, for my family and friends. Usually when you say that you make cake or cookies or bread. Instead of make we would usually use the word bake, B-A-K-E. You bake a cake, you bake cookies, you baked bread for instance, or even cupcakes. But that's fine to say make as well. Here we go. So, on special holidays, since baking is her first hobby, she likes to make or bake cookies and cakes for people. My second hobby, she says, second hobby is drawing. My father is an amazing artist. And when I was really young, I would watch him sketch. I would watch him draw, I would watch him paint. So as a little girl, since a very young age, she watches her father do some artwork. So her second hobby is drawing. What about this one? My final hobby is dancing. My mother put me in dance classes when I was a child. Once again, this all started as a child. So now we know all of her hobbies. The first hobby being what? Baking, the second drawing, and the final one dancing. And then she moved on to giving us some extra information about the kinds of dances she enjoys. Ever since then, meaning ever since her mother put her in dance classes, or dance lessons, when she was young. She said, I've learned tap dancing, ballet dancing, and hip-hop dancing. Wow, lots of different styles. All right, job all done.
I actually have quite a few hobbies. My first hobby is baking. Usually around holidays like Christmas or Valentine's Day, I like to make cookies and cakes for my family and friends. My second hobby is drawing. My father's an amazing artist, and when I was really young, I would watch him sketch. So he taught me how to draw when I was about 4 years old. And my final hobby is dancing. My mother put me in dance classes when I was a child, so around 5 years old. And ever since then, I've learned to tap dance and ballet dancing and hip hop dancing. So I've always been really interested in dance. And those are my hobbies that I've been doing ever since I was little.
So, today's topic was hobbies. That is a wrap for today's lesson, everyone. Thanks for joining me. See you again next time. Bye for now.